There's nothing wrong with sagging your pants. If you sag your pants, keep doing it. Fuck anybody who thinks any differently. I was born in the year 2001 in a place called Las Vegas, Nevada, in the United States of America. My dad and my mom didn't grow up in the best circumstances, to say the least. Uh, my dad in particular sags his pants. He has all my life. Uh, my uncles sag their pants. People I've seen on the street, you know, sag their pants. Media around me of stars that I've watched sag their pants. So everybody around me, mostly, whether they be rich or broke or in between, sags their pants. I know motherfuckers with master's degrees that sag their pants. And I too sag my pants. I don't think there's anything wrong with it, assuming that you're not going in for a job interview. If everything is casual, there's nothing wrong with doing it. It's just style. That's it. I would even go as far as to say it's cultural. Like how Scottish men wear kilts or kilts or whatever they're called. I would say it's similar to that, if anything. I mean, if you look up the reasons why Scottish men wear kilts, I mean it's just because it's tradition, right? Um, but hey, maybe I'm wrong, you know. That being said, I've heard this tale being told that sagging comes from prison and that it's done because you're advertising your butt and you want a man to have sex with you and all this kind of shit. Let me tell you, that's not the case, right? That's not where sagging came from. Sagging is, I mean, been around as long as pants have been around. As long as if your pants has been able to fucking, fall, that's where sagging has come from. But for particularly for black people, the black community in America, a vast majority of us are impoverished. So the clothes given to us would be either hand-me-downs or you might get a pair of pants but might not have a belt, right? So let's say you don't have a belt or you just can't fit your pants. You still gotta wear pants, so you will put those pants on and they will kind of be fucking falling down. So you gotta pull your pants up, or you kind of have to walk like with your pants kind of falling a little bit and you're holding it. That's where sagging came from, right? And I think that somewhere down the line, somebody made it a fashion statement by doing that. So get that prison thing out of your mind. All right, that's just something they tell people because they don't want them to sag. They're trying to make you feel like, oh, it's something weird. Oh, I don't want to do that. That's gay. Like, it's not real. They're just telling you that so you can think that that's the truth. To say that it 100% is from prison is just ridiculous, right? But even if the prison thing were true, which is not, even if it were true, so what? That's not what it means now. Like, if it did come from that, which again it didn't, that means nothing. That may have been what it meant in prison at that particular time, but that's not at all what it means out here. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, walk up to a dude who's sagging and you say, "Hey man, nice ass." I'm telling you, 9 times out of 10, this motherfucker's not gonna turn around and be like, "Oh well, thank you so much." They're not gonna do that shit. No, they're gonna probably fuck you up, or they're gonna be pissed off. Right? There's a very very slim chance that you're gonna find a dude sagging their pants and they're doing it because they want you to rape them or they want you to have sex with them. And not saying no gay people do it. That's not the case. Now sagging is a big trend and everybody's doing it of different creeds and different skin colors and whatever. Everybody's doing it, right? So, but at a certain point in time, it was mainly just a nigga thing to do to sag, right? Because at first it was really not because we were trying to. It was just how it was. Then it kind of caught on as a trend for us, and we started to do it because it was fashionable, and also it's kind of like a fuck you to the man, and yeah. But then after that, more people caught on, and it just became a thing. And honestly, I don't see what's wrong with it. I think people just hate on it because it's a fuck you to the man. So people that are in that position, they're looking at like, oh, they're offended by it because yeah, you're supposed to be offended by it. But like with a lot of things that has to do with being black, especially being a black man, things that are special for us and things that bring us together as a community has to be a problem. Of course, they got to see it as an issue. It's wrong, right? Anything that we're cool with is a problem. Just like with having hair, right? At a certain point, having too much hair, you looked unkept. You need to cut that shit off. What the hell? What's wrong with you? Oh, you have your hair braided up like a girl. What the fuck is wrong with you? But nobody's saying this shit to the white guys with their long fucking hair. When white guys were having long fucking hair in the 80s, nobody was telling them, "Oh, you look like a girl. Oh, you need to cut that off. You look like a lady." Even though a lot of them did, they had the exact same hairstyles. Nobody was saying that to them, but they sure were saying that shit to us. I mean, that's getting into a deeper topic, but uh, it's just something to make sure we can't come together and be brotherly toward one another. You know what I'm saying? Because when I see somebody sagging their pants, I see another brother. You know what I'm saying? I see somebody who, okay, this motherfucker, this ain't just a black guy. This is a black brother. That's what he is. That's what I see. It's like seeing a black dude with an afro in the 50s. You see that and you know it's somebody who's down, right? Somebody who's cool. Now, that being said, again, I mean, since it's so popular now, it is hard to tell who the fuck is just doing it for the trend and who is doing it because genuinely this is what I grew up around, you know what I'm saying? Not because, oh, that's a cool thing I seen on TV. Though I do gotta say this, if you are just doing it for the trend, there's nothing wrong with that either. I'm not saying that you should feel bad for just doing it for the trend. I mean, there's lots of things that's being done now that had real meaning when it was originally done, but has been turned into just like a fashion thing. And there's no issue with it. So I'm not gonna sit here and tell you not to do it. It's still cool, you know. I mean, just understand what it comes from, and don't give it a bad name. Um, but it's never gonna go away. So I mean, you know, people can keep being boomers about it and keep crying and bitching and moaning about it, but it ain't never gonna go away. As long as there's gonna be pants, there's always gonna be sagging. It may not always be in style, but I tell you this: once it goes out of style, couple of years after that, it's gonna come back into style because things go out and they come back in. And I tell you what, it's gonna be a crazy fucking day when we see niggas in suits sagging at work, and it's gonna be perfectly acceptable. And I promise you that day is coming. I promise you that day is coming. Not soon. Not gonna say it's coming soon, but it's coming. It is coming. I mean, shit. Go back 50, 60 years ago and ask a businessman in an office, hey, do you see women wearing suits? Not like female suits, but actual suits like you're wearing, and that being a normal thing? That fucking dude would look at you like, what the fuck? Hey, somebody take this motherfucker to a mental institution. Take this retard to a mental institution. Like what the fuck? So they would bug the fuck out. They would be like, no, what are you talking about? There's no way that a woman would be wearing the suit I'm wearing and then be trying to be taken seriously in an office setting. There's no way it would happen. But look, there's women in offices that are wearing suits that are masculine suits, and it's completely normal. You know, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying that 50 years ago that wasn't normal, and that was also considered just like something that would never ever happen. But it's happening, and it's normal, and it's happening in the business world. Hope you all enjoyed my little rant, but I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. Thanks for watching. Peace.